Good evening, my dear student. Myself, Dr Apil Sir. Here, I'm going to discuss about the functions today. Okay, so in this class, I will discuss some basic properties or some special type of functions and their graphical representation also. Yes, and also we will discuss some important questions which are important for class 11 12 as well as the students which are pursuing BSc BTech and BCA courses. Okay, so guys, today chapter or today topics is our function. Okay, so guys, you see, function is nothing, just it is just a special kind of relation. If a relation satisfies some special properties, then we call that relation is nothing a function. Okay, and in the previous class already we have discussed about the relation. So if you have any doubt on relation, so you may watch that video first. Okay, so guys, functions. Okay, so guys, function is nothing, you see here, a relation f from a non-empty set A to another non-empty set B is said to be a function if you see every element of A has unique image in B. Yes, you see here, a relation f from a set A to B is said to be a function if every element of A has unique image in B. This is the special condition. Yes, if this condition satisfy, then we call that relation is nothing function. Yes, you come to this example first. You see, I will take an example here. Suppose we consider these two sets A and B. Yes, and here elements are A1, A2, A3, and here B1, B2, B3, B4. Yes, and suppose we consider R is a relation from A to B. Yes, R is a relation from A to B. Then this relation will call here function if, you see, every element of A has unique images in B. That means the first condition is that every element of this first set must be connected to some element of B. Yes, ये जो first set में जितना elements रहेगा, all the elements must be connected to some elements of that set. Then तभी तो क्या होगा, image रहेगा, and that connection should be unique. Yes, that means देखो, suppose we connect this A1 to suppose B2, then A1 और किसी का साथ क्या नहीं होगा, कनेक्शन नहीं होगा, क्योंकि B1 B3 का साथ और B1 का साथ होने से then how many images will be there? More than one images will be there. That means if this A1 is related to B2, then A1 और किसी का साथ नहीं होगा कनेक्शन. Yes, सपोज मान लो A3 B1 का साथ रिलेट है and A2 B4 का साथ है. Now you see whether this relation is satisfies this condition. Yes guys, how you see, first of all the elements of this set are connected. Here you see A1, A2, A3 all are connected. Yes, and as well as you see uniquely connected here. Uniquely you see how many images are there. For A1 का कितना है, B2 है, A2 का क्या है image, B4 है, and A3 का क्या है, B1. So unique images are there. Yes, that means this relation is nothing, this relation is a function. Yes guys, so in case of function, here we use this is f. We denote function by using this letter f. Yes guys, you see, so now you see domain of f. Domain of f. Domain of f is nothing, this set. Yes, in this first set is called domain. Domain of this function f. Yes, and this second set, yes, this second set is called codomain. Codomain. Yes, this second set is called codomain. Guys, just you remember this thing. Yes, so first condition to become a function is nothing, all the element of this first set must be connected to some element this of second set, as well as that connection should be unique. Yes, if these two conditions satisfy, then the relation is called function. Yes, and this first set is called domain here, and the second set is called codomain. Okay, now you see in the function or relation, you see कोई भी एक relation और यही relation को हम लोग in roster form how we can write this one a1 b2. yes, a1 b2 का साथ है तो हम लोग roster form में ऐसे लिखेगा. देखो a2 क्या होगा, फंक्शन भी जस्ट ऑर्डर्ड पेयर का कलेक्शन होगा, एंड इन दैट ऑर्डर्ड पेयर में all the first component will be distinct. Yes, that means no two ordered pair have the same first component. Yes, in case of क्या है, function. Yes, so if okay, suppose we consider A is a set which consists suppose 1 2 3 and B is another set suppose 5 6 7. Yes, just we consider here two sets, and suppose we consider a relation R like this way. Yes, suppose 1 comma 5, yes, 2 comma 7, 3 comma 5 and 1 comma 7. Now this relation is a function, guys. Is this relation is a function? No. Why this is not a function? Because you see there are two ordered pair, there are two distinct ordered pairs whose first components are same. Here you see this is a ordered pair, this is another ordered pair, but these two ordered pair have the same first component. You see here 1 1. So this is not a function. Yes guys, this is a relation but this is not a function. Okay, so guys you see image of 1 is here 5, image of 1 is here 7. That means 1 has how many images? 2 images. That means this is not a function. Is it clear guys? Okay, so now you see there is some important notes are there also. You see every function is a relation but converse is not true. Yes, एनी फंक्शन, कोई भी एक फंक्शन ले लो, वो हमेशा क्या होगा, रिलेशन होगा, बट द कन्वर्स इज नॉट ट्रू. बिकॉज यू सी फॉर दिस एग्जाम्पल दिस इज ए रिलेशन, दिस इज नॉट ए function. Yes, but if we consider this example, yes, if we consider this example, this is a function and this is also a relation. Yes, that means what we can say here, so every function relation to hoga but all the relations are not functions. Yes guys, okay, so now you see here, suppose you see, suppose this is our set A, this is suppose B, and here f is a function from A to B, and suppose here is a element A and here is a element B, and suppose B A is related to B. Yes, A is related to B, then what we see here, A comma B will belongs to F. ये जो A comma B जो ordered pair है ना, ये F का अंदर में रहेगा. Yes, or you can say here this B is nothing, B is the image of A, और इसको हम लोग कैसे करके लिखते हैं guys, मैथमेटिकली here f of A equal to B, f of A equal to B, बस इसे करके लिख देता है. Yes, so if you write like this way, then B is called the image of A, and similarly we can say this A is nothing, this is the pre-image of B. Yes, so you see here B is nothing, this is the image of A, or you see here B is equal to f of A, that means we can say this f of A is nothing, image of A, f of A is nothing, image of A. So you see here, if f is a function from A to B and A comma B belongs to f, then f of A equal to B, we can write like this way, and where B is called image of A under the function f, and A is called pre-image of B under the function f. Yes guys, is it clear? Now you see guys, देखो ये जो फंक्शन है ना, ये फंक्शन वन काइंड ऑफ मशीन जैसा है. ठीक है, इस टाइप करके फील करो. फंक्शन इज नथिंग, जस्ट वन काइंड ऑफ क्या है गाइस, एक मशीन जैसा है. जैसे देखो, जैसे हम लोग ये एफ का अंदर में कुछ डाल दिया, ए को डाल दिया, तो डालने का साथ साथ इसने क्या दिया है गाइस, बी डाल दिया। जैसे एक मिक्सर मशीन जैसा है, हम लोग जैसे मिक्सर मशीन में क्या करता है गाइस, बोलो। मिक्सर मशीन जो है, यस, मिक्सर मशीन में क्या करता है गाइस, बोलो। मिक्सर एक मशीन है, इसका अंदर में कोई कुछ भी डालो, जैसे मसाला वगैरह डालो, ठीक है, तो क्या करता है, यहाँ में कुछ उसका ही मिक्सर बना के देता है। यस गाइस, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल जूस मशीन गाइस, देखो जूस मशीन में क्या करता है गाइस, कोई भी जूस मशीन ले लो, यस, एक जूस मशीन ले लो, इसका अंदर में क्या डालना है, फ्रूट्स डालो, और यहाँ से क्या आ जाएगा गाइस, जूस डल जाएगा। यस, सो इस टाइप का है। देखो इसमें कोई भी, इसमें एक सपोज फ्रूट्स डालो तो यह हमें जूस निकल जाएगा, या हमें कुछ मसाला डालो तो मसाला का पेस्ट निकल जाएगा। सो फंक्शन इज नथिंग, जस्ट वन काइंड ऑफ गाइस क्या है, मशीन है, ठीक है, तो इसको याद रखो। ओके, so again you see here already we have discussed about this dimension here. If f a to b is a function, yes, then a is called domain, this a is called domain, and b is called the codomain of this function f. Yes, and also you see here range of a function guys, range of a function is nothing, just collection of all the images, collection of all the images is called here range. Yes, so you see our previous first example here, you see which are the images guys here, which are the images are here, you see these b1, b2 and b4, these are the images. So what will be the range of this function, so range will be here, range will be here b1, b2 and b4. Yes, these will be the range. Just jitna images है, just you collect all those images, then you will get a set, and that set is called range or image set. Is it okay guys? Okay. Okay, now you see real function. Yes, real function is nothing, if we consider, you see here, suppose this is a set, this is a set a b, and here f is a function, then this f function is called real function if we consider this domain and codomain are real number. Yes, are real number set or subset of reals. Okay, or subset of reals. If we consider this domain and this range set, yes, इसका range set and domain जब क्या होगा, real number का subset होगा, then we call the function is nothing, real function. You see here, a real function has the set of real numbers or one of its subset both as its domain as well as range. Yes, जब इसका domain as well as range, so जब क्या होगा, real number का set होगा और subset of real number होगा, then we call that function is nothing, real function. तो sometime क्या होता है, कुछ क्वेश्चन में दे देता है मेंशन करके एक रियल फंक्शन कंसिडर किया, लेट f is a real function, then वो रियल फंक्शन बोलने से तुम लोगों को फील होना चाहिए, नहीं ये एक फंक्शन है जिसका डोमेन एज वेल एज रेंज और क्या है, either set of real set, set of real number or the subset of real numbers. Okay, so now you see some special types of functions are there. Yes, देखो इसमें हम लोग जैसे प्रीवियस में हम बोला था जूस मिक्सिंग बोल के, ठीक है, इसमें कुछ फ्रूट्स डाला है, ठीक है, और इसमें क्या निकलता है, जूस निकलता है, तो ये मशीन ने जूस देता है, इसलिए इसको क्या नाम दिया है गाइस, जूस मशीन। यस, और कुछ देखो मिक्सर मशीन भी होता है इस टाइप करके, इसमें कुछ डालो मसाला का डालो, इसमें क्या हो जाता है, मसाला को पूरा मिक्सर करके क्या करता है, कुछ पेस्ट बना देता है, ठीक है। तो देखो ये मशीन ने क्या करता है, कुछ मिक्सर दे देता है, इसलिए इसका नाम क्या दिया है, मिक्सर। इसको जूस, इसने जूस देता है तो जूस मशीन बना दिया। तो सेम वे कुछ फंक्शन में भी क्या होगा, कुछ चीज़ देगा उसका हिसाब से, जैसा मान लो कुछ सपोज x दे दिया और उसका x का पोलिनोमियल बना दिया, x दे दिया उसको स्क्वायर बना दिया, x दे दिया फंक्शन में x डाल दिया, तो फंक्शन वो x कैरेक्टर का ऊपर डिपेंड करके फंक्शन को कुछ स्पेशल टाइप ऑफ क्लासिफाइड कर गया है, ठीक है। तो देखो फर्स्ट फंक्शन क्या दिया है, आइडेंटिटी फंक्शन। यस, आइडेंटिटी फंक्शन, आइडेंटिटी फंक्शन क्या है, देखो ए फंक्शन f फ्रॉम x टू x is an identity function if this is happen, f of x is equal to x for each x belongs to, yes, x, this is x belongs to capital X, yes, not a। Okay, so you see here कोई भी एक फंक्शन ले लो from x to x, then this function is said to be identity if we put x, इसमें x से निकल जाएगा, दैट मीन्स जो चीज़ हम लोग डालेगा ना वही चीज़ निकल जाता है, then the function is called identity function. And in general identity function को हम लोग I से denote करता है, ठीक है. I means here identity function. So here in place of f we put here I. Yes guys, so identity function को ऐसा करके लिखेगा, ठीक है. I x देने से क्या आ जाता है, x दे देता है बस. So this is our identity function and this is the graph of identity function. Just you have to remember the graph of this identity function, guys. You see the graph of this identity, here you see, here we consider here this is our y-axis, this is our x-axis, then this will be the graph of this identity functions. And you see this graph of this identity function is nothing, this is a straight line and which make an angle 45 degree with the x-axis as well as the y-axis also. Yes, both the axis. देखो x-axis का साथ भी 45 डिग्री करेगा और इसमें y-axis का साथ भी 45 डिग्री करेगा, ठीक है. So the graph of identity function, you see here, graph of the identity function is a straight line that makes an angle 45 degree with both x and y axis respectively. All points on this line have their x and y coordinates equal, ठीक है. ये जो lines है ना, इसमें कोई भी एक point ले लो, all the points have same x and y coordinate. Yes, so this is the graph of identity function. So here you see constant function. So you see the constant function क्या है, ये constant function is on that maps each element of the domain of a constant to a constant. That means एक function ले लो, suppose क्या है, यहाँ से यहाँ में कोई भी b में, a से b में एक function ले लो f, यहाँ में कोई भी चीज़ डालो, ये क्या करता है, इसमें एक कांस्टेंट नंबर देता है, ठीक है. हमेशा क्या करते हैं, एक कांस्टेंट देता है, हमेशा कुछ भी डालो वो क्या देगा, कांस्टेंट देगा. दैट मीन्स देखो इसमें सपोज f का अंदर में x डालो फिर भी a डालेगा, f का अंदर में सपोज x1 डालो फिर भी दिस विल गिव a, कोई भी डालो, ठीक है. That type of function is called constant function. That means कोई भी डालने से वो हमेशा क्या देगा, constant वैल्यू दे देगा, ठीक है. इसमें 5 डालो फिर भी constant, x का वैल्यू 7 डालो कोई भी वो यही देगा, कुछ भी डालो हमेशा क्या करते हैं, सेम ही वैल्यू देता है. That function is called constant, ठीक है. You see, so domain of this real function is real number. तो इसमें क्या दिया है, ये जो क्या होगा, डोमेन इसमें रियल नंबर होगा, बट ये जो कोडोमेन सॉरी इसमें जो रेंज रहेगा ना, रेंज पे क्या होगा, एक ही एलिमेंट रहेगा, ठीक है. तो इसमें जो रेंज होगा ना, इसका रेंज में क्या रहेगा गाइस, एक ही एलिमेंट रहेगा. दैट मीन्स ये क्या होगा, एक सिंगलटन सेट होगा, ठीक है. ये जो रेंज है ना, सिंगलटन सेट. यस, दैट मीन्स क्या है, देखो कांस्टेंट फंक्शन का जो रेंज सेट होता है वो हमेशा क्या होता है, सिंगलटन सेट होता है. Yes guys, and already we have discussed about the singleton set, empty set in our previous class. Yes, hope already we know this one. Yes, hope all of you know this one. Yes, so now you see the graph of these constant function. Here this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this constant function will be this one. So here you see we consider here the constant function is like this one, f of x equal to 6. Yes, x का वैल्यू कोई भी कुछ भी डालो हमेशा क्या देगा, 6 देगा. इफ वी कंसीडर आल्सो f ऑफ x इज इक्वल टू सपोज -6, कुछ भी डालो इसमें क्या देगा, हमेशा -6 देगा. सो दीज आर द फ्यू एग्जांपल्स ऑफ कांस्टेंट फंक्शन एंड देयर ग्राफ विल बी दिस वन. यस, कांस्टेंट फंक्शन का ग्राफ क्या होता है, the graph of a constant function is also is a straight line and which will be always parallel to x-axis. Yes, parallel to x-axis होगा, but you remember this thing, if this a, yes, suppose we consider this one, f of x is equal to a, if this is positive, yes, if this a is positive, if this a is positive, then the straight line or then the graph will be the upper to the x-axis. Yes, and if we consider this a is negative, yes, if we consider a is less than 0, then this line will be here. Yes, here. So here you see, put an notes also. Graph of the constant function is a line parallel to x-axis. The graph lines above x-axis if the constant c is greater than 0. Yes, and below the x-axis if the constant c is less than 0, and it is same as x-axis if c equal to 0. And if we consider this a is 0, yes, here we mention here c, but if here we consider a, yes, at the same thing. So if we consider this function, suppose f of x equal to 0, yes, this is also is a constant function, because if we put any value of x it will give 0. So this is a constant function, but the graph of this constant function will be x axis itself. yes, this यही x axis का ऊपर में ये उसका ग्राफ जाएगा, ठीक है. सो होप ये आइडेंटिटी फंक्शन एंड कांस्टेंट फंक्शन में कोई किसी का डाउट नहीं है. So now you come to another type of function which is called polynomial function. देखो नाम में ही मालूम चल जाता है, ठीक है. Polynomial function, that means a function which will give polynomial, which provide polynomial. So if you put here, suppose f is a function, इसका अंदर में कुछ भी डालो, x डालो, तो इसका क्या करेगा, polynomial बना देगा. yes, x का क्या करेगा, polynomial बना देगा. कोई भी डालो, x डालो तो x का पोलिनोमियल, y डालो तो y का पोलिनोमियल, ठीक है. जो डालोगे उसका पोलिनोमियल बना देता है. दैट टाइप ऑफ फंक्शन इज कॉल्ड गाइस हियर पोलिनोमियल फंक्शन. एंड इन केस ऑफ पोलिनोमियल फंक्शन वी राइट लाइक दिस वे. यस, by using this p in place of f. Here we replace by p. Here in place of f we can put here p also. Okay, don't worry. So now you see the definition. A function f from R to R defined as like this one. Y equal f of x equal to a naught a1x a2x square up to dot dot a to the power n. You see here, this is nothing, this is just a polynomial of x. Yes, where n is a non-negative integer and a naught a1 a2 an are the real number. This function is called polynomial function. Yes, you see इसमें क्या दिया है, x दे दिया, इसमें a नॉट a1x a2x स्क्वायर बस सो वन an x to the power n. देखो एक पोलिनोमियल है, x का एक पोलिनोमियल बना दिया. सो दिस इज आवर पोलिनोमियल फंक्शन. यस, एंड द ग्राफ ऑफ दिस पोलिनोमियल फंक्शन विल represent straight line if this polynomial is linear. If this polynomial is linear, then their graph will be a straight line. Linear मतलब इस टाइप करके देखो, a नॉट प्लस a ऑन x. यस, एक फंक्शन है जिसमें देखो एक पोलिनोमियल, एक लीनियर पोलिनोमियल दे दिया. लीनियर मतलब क्या है, इसका x का और वेरिएबल्स का हाईएस्ट पावर कितना होना चाहिए, 1. सो दिस देखो इसमें हाईएस्ट पावर कितना है, 1 है, x का हाईएस्ट पावर 1 है. सो दिस इज ए लीनियर पोलिनोमियल. यस, so and the graphical representation of this linear polynomial will represent a straight line. Yes, and if we consider a quadratic polynomial, that means this type of function which provide a quadratic polynomial. Yes, a2x square. So this is a quadratic polynomial. Then this quadratic polynomial will represent a parabola. Yes, so you have to remember this thing. So for any linear functions or linear polynomial function always gives a straight line, but in case of quadratic polynomial it will give क्या, okay, but in case of quadratic polynomial it will represent a polynomial. In case of quadratic polynomial it will represent a parabola. Yes, okay. So you see a function of the form this one, f of x by gx, and where these f of x and gx are the polynomial function, as well as here you see gx is not equal to 0, is called rational function. That means this type of function, guys, suppose f of x by gx. Yes, एंड हियर दिस gx मस्ट नॉट इक्वल टू 0, क्योंकि gx 0 होने से तो ऐसा करके हम लोग क्या नहीं कर सकते, डिवीजन और ऐसा करके फैक्टर नहीं बना सकता है. सो दिस टाइप ऑफ फंक्शन इज कॉल्ड गाइस हियर रैशनल फंक्शन. यस, एंड यू सी ये जो रैशनल फंक्शन होगा ना, सपोज वी कंसीडर दिस फंक्शन इज rx. यस, this is rx. Then the domain of this rx will give, yes, the domain of this rx will give all the possible values of x where the gx is not equal to 0. Yes, the domain of this domain of this function is nothing, the set of all the possible values of x except at which the value of gx is 0. That means the domain of any rational function does not include all those points whose gx is equal to 0. यस, जहाँ में gx का वैल्यू 0 होता है वो पॉइंट को डोमेन में वो इंक्लूड नहीं करता है. ठीक है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल सब हियर यू सी हियर वी कंसीडर f of x is equal to 1 by x minus 2, this function. Yes, f of x equal to 1 by x minus 2. So here you see this is a रैशनल फंक्शन. वाई, यू सी एक ऊपर में एक फंक्शन है, पॉलिनोमियल है, नीचे भी है. सो दिस इज ए रैशनल फंक्शन. बट हियर यू सी इसका डोमेन क्या होगा, डोमेन विल बी ऑल दोज पॉसिबल वैल्यूज ऑफ एक्स एक्सेप्ट एट व्हिच दिस ऑन इज 0. देखो, you can put here all the real values of x here, all the real values we can put except here x is equal to 2, because if we put here x is equal to 2 then this will be 0. That means the domain will be r minus of 2. yes, ये 2 को exclude करके real number में जितना points रहेगा all are will be in domain. Okay, so now come to another important functions, another type of function which is called modulus function. You see, modulus function is means this type of function. If we put here x, it will give mod of x, and hope all of you know this properties of this modulus. Yes, this modulus will give x if x is greater than 0, it will give minus x. Yes, if x is less than 0, and it will give 0 if x equal to 0. Yes, this is the properties of modulus. Yes, hope all of you know these properties. So this special type of function is called here modulus function. Yes, just you have to remember this thing. So a function which gives this modulus. Yes, if we put here x, it will give mod x. Yes, for example, suppose if we put here 2, it will give mod of 2, and we know mod of 2 is 2. If we put here minus 1, then it will give minus of 1 here, and we know that this minus of 1 will be minus of minus 1, this is 1. Yes, you see, जब minus of x less than 0 होता है तो उसका आगे एक माइनस आ जाता है, तो minus 1 is less than 0, so उसका आगे एक माइनस आ जाएगा. that means it will give obviously 1. yes, that means कोई भी चीज़ दे दो, प्लस दे दो, माइनस दे दो, वो हमेशा क्या करेगा गाइस, एक पॉजिटिव वैल्यू दे देगा. yes, so this is nothing, just modulus function. yes, you see the definition, f r to r defined by f of x is equal to mod x for each x belongs to r is a modulus function. yes, and modulus function का ये हिस्ट्री को हम यहाँ में लिख दिया. yes, and the graph of this modulus function is this one. you see, you consider here this is x axis, here we consider this is y axis. yes, and this is the modulus function. yes, देखो modulus function का ग्राफ क्या होता है, x axis का नीचे नहीं आता है, x axis का बिलो नहीं आता है. ठीक है, हमेशा above the x axis होता है. ठीक है, so this is the graph for modulus function. Now you see another special kind of function which is called greatest integer function. Greatest integer function. Yes, that means a function which provides us the greatest integer value. Okay, so guys you see greatest integer function ये किस टाइप का है, देखो इसको हम लोग जनरली ऐसा करके लिखते हैं, f of x is equal to greatest integer function. This is called the greatest integer value. Yes, this mod of x is this x is nothing. This is give the greatest integer. Yes, a greatest integer a less than or इक्वल टू एक्स. यस, आइदर क्या होगा, एक्स होगा और एक्स से लेस देन होगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, सपोज वी कंसिडर हियर, यू सी, suppose this is our real number line 0 or 1 2 is -1 -2 this thing. Yes, so if we put here suppose half. Yes, ये फंक्शन में क्या करना है, हाफ पुट करा. सो एफ ऑफ कितना है, हार्ट. सो दिस विल गिव हियर, this will give the greatest integer value which is less than or equal to half. अभी हाफ तो इंटीजर नहीं है तो हाफ नहीं हो सकता. अभी हाफ से लेस इंटीजर होगा बट व्हिच इज ग्रेटेस्ट. अभी देखो हाफ से छोटा इंटीजर क्या है, 1 है, 0 है, -1 है, -1 2. देयर आर मेनी इंटीजर्स आर देयर व्हिच इज लेस देन हाफ, बट among that integers which is the greatest, 0 is the greatest. Yes, this 0 is the greatest integer which is just less than half. So this value will give here 0. So if we find the value of suppose f of 2, now you see 2 itself is an integer. Yes, 2 itself is an integer. तो हम लोग को क्या देगा, इसका आइदर क्या होना चाहिए, 2 और 2 से नेक्स्ट जो ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर होगा दैट वन. सो 2 खुद एक क्या है, इंटीजर है, तो कोई दे देगा. यस, अभी देखो कोई भी एक चीज ले लो, सपोज 1.3 दैट मीन्स यहाँ में. सो दिस विल गिव हियर 1 बिकॉज यू सी 1.3 तो एक इंटीजर नहीं है, उससे छोटा होगा बट ग्रेटेस्ट होगा. सो 1 ही क्या होगा, उससे छोटा एंड ग्रेटेस्ट. सो दिस विल 1. सो जस्ट एक बात याद रखो गाइस, जब ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शन में हम लोग कोई भी इंटीजर डालोगी तो वही वैल्यू दे देगा. फर्स्ट थिंग, कोई भी इंटीजर डालोगी तो वही वैल्यू देगा, और वो इंटीजर भी नहीं देने से कोई भी रियल नंबर दे दो, देन क्या करेगा, उसका ही जो नेक्स्ट छोटा जो रियल नंबर इंटीजर है वही को प्रोवाइड करता है. ठीक है. सो दिस टाइप ऑफ फंक्शन इज कॉल्ड हियर ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शंस, or sometime this is called also floor function. Yes, you have to remember this name also. Yes, floor function. And this is the graph of this function. Yes, this is the graph of this function. You see, this is the graph here. This is the x-axis. Yes, this is y-axis. So this is the graph of this function. Hope yes, इसको याद रखो. So guys, you see this is the graph of this greatest integer function. Okay, देखो इसमें क्या होता है, ये जो होल दिया है, हम होल देखो 3 में होल है, देखो ये सब में क्या है, होल है. देखो ये होल देने का क्या मतलब है, देखो सपोज मान लो हम लोग ये 0 को नहीं दिया, 0 से थोड़ा सा छोटा दे दो. ठीक है, हम लोग यहाँ में एक दे रहा है हम. देखो तो देखो हम यहाँ में दिखा दे रहे हैं 1 2 is -1. Yes, just wait guys, -2. Yes, देखो हम लोग सपोज 0 नहीं दिया है, 0 का कोई भी एक छोटा वैल्यू दे दो अप टू -1 तक. 0 नहीं दिया है गाइस, देखो 0 नहीं दिया है, इसका भी इसमें कोई भी दे दो अप टू -1 तक, कोई भी वैल्यू दे दो f का अंदर में, पूरा का वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगा गाइस, पूरा का वैल्यू क्या होगा, -1 डाल देगा, दे देगा, क्योंकि 0 से छोटा जितना होगा पूरा का वैल्यू उसका नेक्स्ट जो इंटीजर है उसको देगा. अभी देखो 0 डालने से क्या करेगा, 0 डालने से तो 0 ही देगा. अभी 0 एंड अप टू 1 तक, 1 नहीं है गाइस, 1 का जस्ट लेफ्ट में जितना इंटीजर है पूरा के लिए क्या देगा गाइस, ये पूरा के लिए क्या देगा, दिस विल गिव हियर 0. तो एक वैल्यू क्या देता है गाइस, देखो 0 से छोटा अप टू माइनस तक, देखो 0 से छोटा, देखो ये 0 था, 0 से छोटा कोई भी ले लो, फंक्शन का वैल्यू हमेशा क्या होता है -1, तो देखो नीचे हो जाएगा, ये देखो नीचे -1 तक आए, तो पूरा का वैल्यू क्या होगा -1। बट जब तुम 0 पुट करोगी तो 1 स्टेप 0 पुट करने से सीधा 0 हो जाएगा, यहाँ में आ जाएगा। यस, अभी यहाँ में आ गया। अभी 0 से अप टू 1 तक जाओ, 0 से कितना तक, 1 नहीं है, 1 का पूरा नियरेस्ट तक जाओ, तो कितना वैल्यू देगा गाइस, 0 ही देगा। तो 0 से अप टू 1 तक यानी का नियरेस्ट तक हमेशा क्या देगा, 0 ही देगा, दैट मीन्स वही लाइन में जाएगा। अभी 1 से शुरू करो, 1 से पूरा अप टू 2 तक, 2 नहीं है, 2 का लेफ्ट वैल्यू तक करो, तो इसमें हमेशा कितना देगा वैल्यू गाइस, 1 ही देगा। तो देखो इसमें 2 से एकदम लेफ्ट में जितना है, पूरा का हाइट कितना होगा गाइस, 1 होगा। तो ऐसा करके ड्रॉ करो, दिस विल बी द required graph for this greatest integer function. Another function is here, you see smallest integer function. Yes, smallest integer function, and this smallest integer function we denote like this way. Yes, this way, sorry. And this is also equal here ceiling function. Yes, you remember this name also, ceiling function. Also we call this function is nothing, ceiling function, and this ceiling function is give the value which is just greater than and least of that integer. Suppose देखो कोई भी एक वैल्यू ले लो, सपोज मान लो यहाँ में एक रियल पॉइंट नंबर ले लिया, नियर नंबर लाइन 1 2 3 -1 -2 so then just you put here any number, suppose यहाँ में 1.3. yes, then this function will give the integer number which is greater than this which is greater than is this 1/3. yes, which is just greater than 1/3, just greater than 1/3. yes, there are, you see, many integer will be there like 2 3 4 5, all are kya hai, greater than, sorry, this is 1.3. yes, not the 1/3. so here guys, you see, for example here, if we consider, if we put any point which is greater than, suppose 1.3. yes, which is greater than 1, suppose we put here 1.3. now you see, this function will provide us an integer number which is just greater than this number, just greater than this number. Because there are many integer will be there which is greater than 1.3, like 3 4 5 6, there are many integer, but this function will give just greater than this number, that means these two will be the value of this function. If we put here 1.3. yes guys, so you see the definition, if function f r2 are defined by this way, where the smallest integer, this is nothing, the smallest integer greater than or equal to x is called the smallest integer function, and it is also known as ceiling function. yes guys, देखो again I repeat here, सपोज f का अंदर में 2.3 डालो, देन व्हाट 2.5. yes, if we put here 2.5, then what will give this function, yes 2.5, क्या देगा बोलो, this function will give an integer number which is क्या है guys, देखो which is greater than or equal to x, but is a smallest integer which is just greater than or equal to 2.5. so 2.5 से एक greater integer क्या है, जैसे 3 है 4 है 5 है, there are many integer which are greater than 2.35, but which is the smallest among this one, this 3 is the smallest, so this function will give here 3. yes, so suppose we consider here, you see, if we put here 0, if we put here 0, then what will be the value of this function, this is also will be 0. क्योंकि देखो फंक्शन में क्या होता है गाइस, जो चीज़ हम लोग डालेगा वो इंटीजर होने से वही देगा, और वो इंटीजर नहीं होने से उसका जस्ट ग्रेटेस्ट जो इंटीजर है वही को देता है, ठीक है। तो देखो इसमें सपोज डाल दिया 5.7, सो व्हाट विल बी दिस वन, दिस विल बी 6, क्योंकि 5.7 तो एक इंटीजर नहीं है, जस्ट इसका ग्रेटर इंटीजर कौन है, 6 है, सो दिस विल प्रोवाइड 6। यस, सो दिस इज नथिंग, दिस आर द few examples of this smallest integer function. Yes, so yes guys, so this is all about the smallest integer function. Okay, and this is the graph for smallest integer function. You have to remember this graph also. Okay, another function here, this is called signum function. Yes, so this function is like this one. Yes, this is an special kind of function. This function is like this way. This is mod of x by x. Here if x is not equal to 0, and 0 if x is 0. Yes, and this function we can write another way also. You see, this will be 1 if x is greater than 0. This is minus 1 if x is less than 0, and this will be 0 if x equal to 0. Yes, this function we can write like this way also. Yes, so this is a special kind of function, and this function is called here signum function. Yes, so this is the graph of this function. You have to remember this one. Yes, and you see here the range of this function will contain here either 1 or -1 or 0. Yes, these three value will be the images. Yes, here you see कोई भी वैल्यू डालो, वो वैल्यू x से 0 से बड़ा होने से वो हमेशा x देगा. That means 1 is the image. If you put a value, any value of x which is less than 0, then the function will give -1. This is another image, and if you put 0, then you will get 0. Yes, that means these three are the images only here. So the range of this function will be this one only. Yes, and what will be the domain? Domain will be the set of real number. Domain will be the set of real number. Yes, okay. Okay, you see here. Here is another function which is called exponential function. Yes, you see the definition. If a is a positive real number other than unity, then a function that relates is x belongs to R to a to the power x is called a. You see the exponential function is like this one. Yes, x equal to f of x is equal to a to the power x. Yes, so this type of function is called exponential function, but here this a is greater than 0, a real number, and also this is not equal to the unity. Yes, so this is a special kind of function which is called exponential function, and the graph of the any exponential function is like this one, and here this is the graph for the function this one. Yes, 2 to the power x. For this function, this is the graph. Yes, so here you see another type of function is there, logarithmic function is there. Yes, so this type of function f of x is क्या है, log of x a base, and where a is greater than 0, a is not equal to 1. Yes, so and also x is greater than 0. Yes, so this type of function is called logarithmic function. Yes, logarithmic function or log function. In short form we call here log function, and this is the graph for log function. Yes, you remember, you see here this is the function for log. Okay, so here you see this is the graph for log function. Yes guys, so okay, so you see there is another function which is called reciprocal function. Yes, so you see a function like this one, f of x is equal to 1 by x, but provided this one x is not equal to 0. So this type of function is called reciprocal function. For example, if we put here in place of x is equal to 2, then the function will give here 1/2. उसको उल्टा कर दे देगा, ठीक है. If we put here 3, it will give here 1/3. Yes. So this type of function, yes, this type of function is called here reciprocal function, and this is the graph for a reciprocal function. Yes. You see, if we put here any positive value of x, definitely you will get the some positive value also. So for any positive value of x, f of x also will be positive. So this is for any positive value ke liye, yes, this function, and in case of negative value of x, you will get this one. So this is the graph for reciprocal function. Okay. So you see here another function is there, which is called square root. Yes. So if a function which is this way, f of x is equal to root over of x. ठीक है, कोई भी चीज डालो जिसमें क्या होगा गाइस, रूट ओवर कर देगा उसको, कोई भी डालो उसको क्या करेगा, रूट ओवर बना देगा. सो दिस टाइप ऑफ फंक्शन इज कॉल्ड गाइस हियर, क्या है, दिस टाइप ऑफ फंक्शन इज कॉल्ड square root functions. Yes, but one thing you have to remember, this x always should be r plus. R plus means this x should be always non-negative. x का वैल्यू नेगेटिव डालने से देखो, if we put here x is equal to -2, it will get here minus of root over minus of 2, and this is not real. And here we are dealing with real function. Yes, one thing you have to remember, whatever we have discussed in this type of function here, whatever we discuss here, all are क्या है, real functions here. So here we can put x equal to minus of 2, -3, -4, because there is no real number in this form. Yes, so the value of x always belongs to here r plus, and this is the graph for this square root function. Yes, and another function is called here square function. So नाम देखने से मालूम हो जाता है ना, f of x equal to x square बस. So this is the क्या है, this is the क्या guys, this is the square function. And you see here you can put any real number of x. That means the domain of this function will be real number. But you see, if you put here any real number, but you will get here always a positive value. Why? Because here you see कोई भी डालो, माइनस डालो, प्लस डालो, उसको तो स्क्वायर बना देगा. तो जो इमेज होगा ना, इमेज में हमेशा क्या रहेगा, पॉजिटिव वैल्यू रहेगा. दैट मीन्स इसका जो रेंज होगा ना, दैट रेंज विल बी हियर r plus non-negative set of non-negative real numbers will be the range of this function. Yes, so you have to remember also the domain and range of this function. So domain will be real number. Yes, domain will be real number, that means r. Yes, r will be the domain, and r plus will be the range of this square function. Yes, and this is the graph. देखो, this will be the graph. This is a parabola, and already I have mentioned in previous slide, जो कोई भी फंक्शन ने क्वाड्रेटिक पोलिनोमियल देने से वो क्या हो जाता है, एक पैराबोला हो जाता है. देखो, दिस इज ए क्वाड्रेटिक पैराबोला, सॉरी पोलिनोमियल, एक्स स्क्वायर इज ए क्वाड्रेटिक पोलिनोमियल. सो द ग्राफ ऑफ दिस फंक्शन विल बी ए पैराबोला. यस, दिस इज द ग्राफ. Another function you see, f of x is equal to x cube. Yes, this type of f of x is equal to क्या देगा, x cube. कुछ भी डालो उसको क्या करेगा, क्यूब बना देगा. So this type of function is called here cubic function. Yes, and this is the graph of this function. Another function you see, cube root function. Cube root, x डालो तो x to the power क्या करेगा, 1/3, x to the power 1/3 बना दिया. Yes, so this type of function is called cube root function, and this is the graph of this cube root function. Yes, So hope guys this video will be helpful for you. So in the next class I will discuss some special kind of functions like one-on function, one-to functions. So if you evening my dear student, myself Dr. Apil Ahmed. So today we'll discuss about some special type of functions, okay, and also we'll discuss some important questions. Hope this video will be helpful for you, okay. So guys, types of functions. So first type is here one-on function. So a function, you see here, a function f from a to b is on if for all x comma y belongs to a, f of x equal to f of y implies x is equal to y, or if x and y are not equal, this implies f of x is not equal to f of y. That means you see here, suppose we consider a function from set a to b, yes, and this is a function f. Then suppose we consider here few elements are there, b1, b2, b3, b4, yes. So this function is said to be one-on if, you see here, if what happen, any two distinct element of this set, yes, any two distinct elements of this set must have distinct image in this set. कोई भी टू एलिमेंट्स यहाँ से ले लो, डिस्टिंक्ट एलिमेंट्स, तो उसका इमेज भी क्या होगा, डिस्टिंक्ट होगा. देन ओनली वी कॉल दिस फंक्शन इज वन ऑन. यस, सपोज दिस a1 इज रिलेटेड टू b2, देन a2 एंड a3 ये दोनों b2 का साथ रिलेट नहीं कर सकते हैं. तो a2 सपोज इसका साथ कर लिया, तो ये देखो अभी ये a3 ने b1 b2 का साथ रिलेट नहीं होगा क्योंकि द फंक्शन इज आवर वन ऑन. सो सपोज मान लो a3 किसका साथ है, b4 का साथ है. सो नाउ यू सी हियर इन दिस फंक्शन ऑल द एलिमेंट्स ऑफ दिस सेट have distinct images in this set. So this function is called, guys, on function. Yes, that means the on function is nothing, a function in which any distinct element of this set have distinct images in this set under this function f. Then the function is called on. Is it, guys? Okay, okay. So what will be the working rule, guys? This is nothing, this is the working rule. Yes, working rule means हम लोग कैसे कोई भी एक फंक्शन दिया होने से उसको हम लोग ऑन हुए बोल के प्रूव करेगा, और हाउ वी कैन वेरीफाई whether the given function is one on or not. Yes, and that is called here working rule. So you see the working rule. Yes, and this is important, working rule. So suppose we consider here a is a set, here b is a set, yes, and here f is a function, yes, and here some element a1 a2 a3, here b1 b2 b3, yes, b4. So you see here in this case, in case of on or any two distinct element of this one have distinct images in this one. Okay, so what will be the working rule? So in the first step, what we do here, just you put here two elements here. Suppose a1 and a2 belongs to capital A. You consider any two elements from this on, yes, and such that we consider f of a1 equal to f of a2. That means we consider two elements in this set and also we consider their images are equal. Yes, then what we do in the step 2, from this on, yes, from this on you need to verify whether this is equal, this a1 is equal to a2 or not. Yes, so in the second step what we do, check, yes, whether this a1 is equal to a2 or this a1 is not equal to a2. Just we need to check. Now if this a1 is equal to a2, if this is happened, then we call f is one on. And if this is happen, that means if A1 is not equal to A2, then F is not on. Yes, so this is the working rule. You see what we do first you consider any two elements from this one, and also you consider their images are equal, and from this one just you check whether this A1 and A2, that means whether these elements are equal or not. If we get they are equal, then we call the function is on, otherwise we call the function is not on. Yes guys, so I will take an example. Yes, for on function, suppose we consider f is a function from set of real number to real number. Yes, set of real number to real number such that f of x equal to 5 of x. Now suppose we need to show this function is on. Yes, or we need to show whether this function is on or not. So what we do here guys, just we need to verify, or we need to follow the working rule. So what is the working rule? So you choose here from this on any two elements, suppose x1 and x2 from this first set, and also we consider their images are same. Okay, so you let here x1 comma x2 belongs to this R, and this R means here domain from the first set. Yes, domain. You consider two elements such that, yes, such that f of x1 equal to f of x2. Yes, any two element we consider here, and also we consider their images are equal. So what will be the value of f of x1? You see the definition of function, इसमें x डालने से क्या देता है, 5x देता है, जो डालता है उसका 5 times कर देता है. So here f of x1, that means this will be f of 5 of x1. And what will be the value of f of x2? This will be 5 of x2. Yes, because x डालने से 5x देता है, जो ही जिसको डालो उसका 5 times कर देता है. So this is the value of f of x1 and f of x2. Now we see this 5 will be cancelled. So from this on, this x1 equal to x2 will get here. Yes, so you see here finally if we choose here f of x1 and f of x2 are equal, and we get they are equal. Yes, x1 and x2 are equal. That means that our function is on. Yes, this f function is क्या है, on है. Yes, so again another question, another function we will consider here. Suppose you see another example of a function. You see, if we consider here f is a function from z to z and define this way, f of x is equal to x square. Now suppose we want to verify whether this function is on or not. Then what we do here, just you follow the working rule. Suppose we consider x1 and x2 are two elements in z such that their images are equal. Now we put the value of x1, f of x1, this will be f of x1 square, f of x2 का value कितना होगा, x2 square होगा. So if you take the left side, yes, you will get x1 square minus x2 square. So if you use this a square minus b square formula, you will get this one. Yes, now from this one you can write this way, f x1 equal to x2 or x1 equal to minus of x2 will get here. Yes, that means x1 equal to x2 होने से भी ये हो जाता है, और x1 equal to minus x2 होने से भी ये हो जाता है. That means this function is not on, क्योंकि on होने के लिए ये चीज़ हम लोग चूज करने से हमेशा x1 equal to x2 होना चाहिए, then only this function will be on. Yes, इसके लिए देखो ये क्वेश्चन के लिए देखो और एक तरीका है इसको प्रूव करने के लिए. ये शॉर्टकट है, इसको कुछ वैल्यू माइनस ऑन, दिस विल बी माइनस ऑफ ऑन स्क्वायर, दैट मीन्स दिस इज 1. Again you put here x is equal to 1, that means 1 square, so it is 1. So what we see here, f of minus on and f of on, these two are equal. Yes, this 2 are equal. That means the image of -1 and the image of 1 are same. दोनों क्या है? Same है. But what happened here? 1 is not equal to -1. Yes, they are not equal. That means there are two distinct elements are there whose have same image. That means this function is not on. Yes, so हम लोग ऐसा करके भी प्रूव कर सकते हैं, इसको वेरीफाई कर सकते हैं, or you can also follow this working rule also. Okay, so this way we can easily verify the given function is on or not. Guys, this concept is most important for the class student which are pursuing class 11-12. Yes, so just try to remember this working rule or this procedure. Okay, so guys, there is another function which is called 1-to function. Yes, so देखो 1-to function क्या होता है? You see, ये function f a to b is said to be 1-to function if for each b belongs to capital B, there exists at least one element A belongs to capital A such that f of A equal to B. Yes, that means if we consider or if we construct a function f from A to B, suppose इसमें some element है, yes, then this function is said to be 1-to function if each element of this B, suppose B, yes, is element of this set. That means we consider suppose B, कोई भी एक element के लिए there exists at least one element in here under this function f. That means इसमें कोई भी एक एलिमेंट ले लो जिसके लिए यहाँ में क्या होना चाहिए? प्री इमेज होना चाहिए. Then only we call this function is क्या है guys? This function is 1-to functions. That means क्या है? A function this f is said to be 1-to function if all the images of this all the element of these B sets क्या है? Image of some element of this set. ठीक है, ये जितना इसमें एलिमेंट्स रहेगा ऑल आर क्या है? किसी ना किसी का इमेज होना चाहिए, इसमें कोई फ्री एलिमेंट्स नहीं होगा. देन ओनली वी कॉल दिस फंक्शंस इज 1-to. और ऑल्सो वी कैन से इन केस ऑफ दिस 1-to फंक्शन दिस डोमेन कोडोमेन, यस, कोडोमेन एंड रेंज क्या होगा? सेम होगा. इफ दिस कोडोमेन एंड रेंज आर सेम, यस, क्योंकि देखो ऑल द एलिमेंट्स ऑफ दिस बी आर क्या है? इमेजेस है. दैट मीन्स हियर द रेंज सेट और इमेज सेट विल बी इक्वल टू द कोडोमेन, यस, itself this B. So in case of 1-to function this B is range set and A is domain is our, yes, okay. So you see another point is there. If every element in B is the image of some element in A, yes, then f is an 1-to function, or sometimes this 1-to function is called guys surjective function. Just you remember this name also. yes, 1-to function को हम लोग कभी कभी surjective भी बोल देता है, and guys 1-on फंक्शन को कभी कभी इंजेक्टिव बोल देता है. इसको भी याद रखो. 1-to फंक्शन को इंजेक्टिव बोल देता है एंड 1-to को हम लोग क्या करते हैं? सर्जेक्टिव. 1-on को इंजेक्टिव, 1-to को सर्जेक्टिव. यस, नाउ यू सी व्हाट इज द वर्किंग रूल. वर्किंग रूल टू वेरीफाई whether the given function is 1-to or not. Yes, for 1-to function, what is the working rule? So here we construct here the function. Suppose this is A, this is B, and this is the function our f. Now this function will be 1-to. What happen if for any element or each element of B in this set has pre-image in this one? Yes, then what we do here in working rule, what we do here guys? Yes, so in the first step, what we do, let small b belongs to this set. yes, इसमें कोई भी एक एलिमेंट ले लेगा such that, yes, such that f of A equal to B. Then what we do here, just we consider any element B on this set and you assume the f of A equal to small b. Yes, that element. Now in the second step what we do, yes, in the second step find A in terms of B. A को तुम लोग निकालो in terms of B में, and then in the step 3 what we do here, just check whether this small a belongs to this first set capital A or not. Yes, just you check whether this small a is in this capital A or not. If this is in capital A, if this is happened, then we call the function is 1 2, or if this is not belongs to capital A, this is not 1 2. Yes, then we call this is not 1 2. So guys, this is the working rule. So this thing is most important, so you have to remember this working rule. Yes, so this is the working rule here, guys. What we do here in the first step, just you consider any element in this set, and also you consider here f of A equal to B, that element, and then what we do, just you find the value of this small a in terms of B, and you verify whether that small a in this capital set or not. If that A in capital this set, first set A, then we call the function is 1 2, otherwise the function is called not 1 2. Yes, so you see here in case of 1 2 function, range set and codomains are equal. Okay, here also I will take an example for 1 2 function. Okay, suppose we consider a function. Yes, a function we consider f from r plus to r plus. Yes, defined by suppose f of x equal to 5x. Yes, suppose we need to verify whether this function is क्या है, whether this function is 1 2 or not. You see here, what is r plus? R plus means set of all the positive real number. Yes, r plus I mentioned here, this r plus means क्या है, set of all positive reals, all the positive reals we consider here. Yes, now you see, verify what we do here, guys. How we can prove? Just to consider an element here in this set, let B belongs to this set R plus, this is codomain. Yes, codomain में लेना है, such that, yes, such that guys f of A equal to B. Yes, we consider here in element small a such that f of A equal to B. Yes, now we need to find the value of A in terms of B. Now you put the value of f of A by using this definition of function. You देखो इसमें x देने से क्या करता है, 5x दे देता है, तो a डालने से क्या देगा guys, 5 of A देगा. This is B. Now from this on what will be A? This will be B by A. Sorry, B by 5. Yes, B by 5. Now you check whether this A is in this set, first set or not. You see our B is nothing, real number, positive real. Yes, this B is nothing, positive real. Yes, this B is positive real number. So you put here any B, any positive number, real number, you will get a positive real number here. B by 5 also will be a positive number, that means that will be in this R plus also. So this is belongs to R plus. Yes, for all B belongs to this R plus. कोई भी B plus B में, ये सेट में कोई भी B ले लो, for that B you will get the value of A, corresponding value of A, which will be in this set. Yes, that means this function is क्या है? That means this function is 1 2. Yes guys, this function is क्या है? 1 2. This function is 1 2. Yes guys, okay. So now we need to verify whether this function is 1 2 or not. Then what we do guys here? Similarly, just you consider here a element. Suppose let B belongs to this capital N. This is codomain. Yes, this is our codomain. So you mention codomain here. Yes, codomain such that f of A equal to B. Yes, now you find the value of A in terms of B. So you use the definition of function x देने से क्या देता है? Twice x. So this will be twice of A equal to B. So from this on, what will be A? This will be B by 2. Now you check whether this A is in this first set or not. You remember, we consider here set of natural number. Set of natural number. Do you know the set of natural number? Yes, do you know the set of natural number? इसमें क्या रहेगा? 1 2 3 4 ये सब होगा. Yes, so you see here this B is in capital N. That means B का वैल्यू कोई भी हो सकता है ऐसे. So now we choose one. Suppose B is 1. This is our B. So if we put here B, what we get here? If we put here B equal to, yes, if we put here B equal to, okay, so if we put here B equal to 1, then what we get here guys? A equal to, this will be half. देखो, this half is not belongs to capital N. इसमें half नहीं है. Yes, again if we consider B equal to 3, then A will be 3 by 2. This is also not equal to N. So there are many elements will be there. 1 3 5. These elements बहुत सारा रहेगा जिसके लिए यहाँ में A नहीं मिलेगा. Yes, there are many elements in this capital set N whose have no preimage in this set. Yes, that means this function is not 1 2. This is not equal to capital N, belongs to capital N for some. Yes, for some B belongs to capital N. There will be some B like 1 3 5. For that B, A कहाँ नहीं रहेगा? A first set में नहीं रहेगा. That means this function is not 1 2. This function is not 1 2. Yes guys, clear? So देखो, इस टाइप करके हम लोग इजीली कोई भी एक गिवन फंक्शन को वेरीफाई कर सकते हैं. इज इट ओके गाइस? Okay, so now you see another type of function which is called bijective function. मतलब a function which is 1 on as well as 1 2. If a function satisfies the 1 on property as well as 1 2 property, then we call the function is bijective. Yes, so you see in the previous examples, you see here this function is 1 2. This is 1 2, as well as you see in case of 1 on same function we have considered here, this one. Yes, you see f of x is equal to 5x. This is also 1 on. So what we can see here, this function f from R to R such that f of x is equal to 5x. Yes, this is 1 on as well as 1 2. That means this function is nothing. This is bijective. Yes, bijective. Yes, so this function will be bijective. So this is an example of bijective function. Yes, so function bijective function का एक definition हम यहाँ में example एक हम लिख के देता है. बस ये हो जाएगा एक example. So this is क्या है? This is our bijective function. Yes guys. So now you see some properties of this 1 on and 1 2 functions. You see a 1 on function defined from a finite set to itself is always 1 2. a unknown function from a finite set to itself. Suppose we consider A is a set which is finite. Yes, another A is a set which is finite. This is क्या है? Finite. And suppose f is a function from 1 on, then we can easily verify that this function will be 1 to also. Yes, that means we can say if a function if a 1 on function from finite set to finite set, then the function will be bijective. Okay, but if the set is infinite, then it is not the case. If we consider here infinite, if we consider both are infinite, both are same, or set are same here, that means if we consider this set is infinite, then this is not happen always. Okay, and you see here, let here A and B be two finite set and f is a function from A to B. Here we consider, here you see A and B are finite set. Yes, both are finite and f is a function from A to B. Then this is happened. You see, if f is injective or 1 on. Yes, injective means क्या है? On. Yes, if f is on, then this is happened. Number of element is capital A is less or equal to number of element in capital B. Yes, एक function है B और इसमें A, f is a function, then this function will be 1 on if this is 1 on, then what happen? Number of element in A, that means इसमें जितना elements रहेगा that should be less or equal to number of element in B. इसमें जितना element होगा उससे equal होगा और less होगा हमेशा for 1 on के लिए. Yes, but if you see here, if f is surjective or surjection, then this is happen. If this function is surjective, then what happen, guys? If it's surjective, then what happen? N of A is greater or equal to N of B. Just you have to remember this one. If it is 1 on, then this N of A is less than N of B. That means 1 on होने से N A का, that means A का elements B का elements से कम होगा, but 1 2 होने से this number of elements in this B set must be less or equal to the number of elements in A set. Yes, but in case of bijective, that means 1 on and 1 2, in case of bijective, N of A is equal to N of B. So you have to remember this formula also, this relation also. So in case of bijective, you see N of A will be equal to N of B. Yes, guys, is there. If capital A and B are two non-empty finite sets containing M and N elements respectively, देखो two numbers ले ले, two sets ले ले, इसमें कितना है? M elements है, इसमें कितना है guys? N elements है. And suppose we consider f is a function. Yes, then how many this type of functions we can construct? You see, then number of functions from A to B will be n to the power m. Then क्या होगा? Number of element, total number of elements, so total number of function we can construct here n to the power m. कितना functions we can construct from this A set to B set? This will be n to the power m. That means suppose इसमें 5 set है, elements है, इसमें suppose 4 elements है. Then how many functions we can construct from the set A to B? This will be 5 to the power 4. So you remember this formula also. ठीक है, ये formula को भी याद रखो. फर्स्ट सेट में कितना था? m, सेकेंड में n है, तो ये सेकेंड का पावर हो जाता है फर्स्ट वाला. ठीक है, दिस नंबर ऑफ फंक्शंस वी कैन कंस्ट्रक्ट फ्रॉम द सेट A to B. Yes, guys. So hope this video is helpful for you. So please like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, bye bye.